Welcome to Financing the American Dream. I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and today we got a great show lined up for you. We're taking you all across the country to share stories about real estate, lifestyle, and culture. Let's get this show started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
Welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Barry Habib, and as you might be able to tell, I'm in beautiful Las Vegas. There's plenty of opportunities to take your chances in one of these great establishments. You might decide to roll the dice, or if blackjack's your game, you may decide to either hit or stand. And you know what's funny is that the housing market right now is so hot, home prices are going up, that some people are wondering, should I hit and go for that house? Or maybe I should stand pat and wait 6 months. Now, this is something that people are thinking about often today. And what I don't think they're realizing is that if they decide to wait 6 months, and while they might be on the sidelines, the housing market isn't. And guess what? Neither are interest rates. So let's talk about both and what it might mean to you. First of all, the housing market itself is forecasted to appreciate at a pretty good clip. It all depends on your zip code and your market, but most of the time you're going to find that inventory is tight and demand is strong. So home prices are very likely to appreciate, and many forecasts call for them to appreciate over the next year by double-digit percentages. Now that means in just the next 6 months, you could see home values rise another 4 or 5%. Wow, let's think about that for a minute. On a $500,000 home, that's another $20,000 or $25,000. But that's not all. If you're taking out a mortgage, you have to take out a higher mortgage in those cases, which means that increases your monthly payment. Let's talk about interest rates speaking of monthly payment. Now, we know that the Federal Reserve has said they're going to begin to slow down their purchases of mortgage-backed securities. That could cause mortgage rates to increase. Interest rates rise just a little bit, let's say 0.25%. That could affect your monthly payment. And what we're seeing right now is when you combine those two, waiting 6 months could cause your payment to increase $100, $150 a month, somewhere in that range. That's a big consideration, and that's in just 6 months. Now, wait a second. What about the home value? If that goes up $20,000 or $25,000, that's a lot of money that you'll miss out on. And there's one more thing that very few people consider, and that's amortization. Amortization is the portion of your monthly payment that's really your own money. Some of it's interest, and that goes to the lender. But what about amortization? That's principal, and that goes to you. It's your own money. When you account for all of these things, depending on the home price and depending on what the appreciation is, do you know that you could possibly see appreciation, amortization cost you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in just 6 months? And then combine that with seeing your monthly payment increase by $100 or $150 a month, the cost of waiting 6 months may be just too much. And when you think about it, perhaps it might be a good idea to go after that home of your dreams today, to continue looking and continue shopping, and maybe, just maybe, pay a little bit more to win that home so you can lock in those prices and payments today. Now, we're going to be looking around the country at some of these beautiful neighborhoods and lifestyles, and you'll see exactly and hearing from those mortgage experts that'll talk about those opportunities as well as the realtors that will show you those homes.
Welcome to San Antonio, Texas. I am Jen Guidry, and we are in a very special place this evening, a hidden gem located just outside the San Antonio city limits called Tejas Rodeo. It's fun for the whole entire family. We have professional rodeo, we have an award-winning steakhouse, and live music, so doesn't get much better than that. love living in San Antonio, Texas, and there's something magical about this place. It makes you feel, well, extra Texas-y, if that makes sense. So stick around, you're gonna see some awesome things, and you're gonna find out exactly what I'm talking about. Here with Yancey, who is one of the owners of this amazing place, and Lena, who is my new best friend. Yancey, just tell me a little bit about what made you start this amazing establishment. Give me the history.
You know, that might take us a while, but
give me the short version.
The short version is you know, I come from a rodeo background, so I rodeo professionally for 11 years as a professional athlete, and retirement was setting in, you know, and so what do? You know, where do you go to the next level? And I knew so much about the business of rodeo and being a cowboy, you know, and I met up with my partner, and he had a vision the same, and so we kind of got together and we started building, and we started thinking about how are we going to keep, you know, the Western, the Texas heritage alive,
yes,
and do what we love. And one thing led to another, you know, and we didn't build it all in one day. We're still building.
I was going to ask you, where did it start? What was your first building here? Was it the arena?
Yeah, it was the arena. Yeah, okay. It was the arena, and then, you know, so we build the arena and we say, well, let's have a rodeo. Well, then we realized people got to drink. You know, they want to drink when they get here. So
we are in Texas.
Yes, we figured out we got to get some drinks, and then we figured out they're hungry, and so then we build a steakhouse.
Yes.
You know, and then people like to dance when they come to a rodeo, so we built a big dance floor, and so it all just evolved. And it's turned into this fabulous place that people can come and get a true taste of Texas.
I think so too. Heritage. I mean, one of the things when I first started coming here, I was like, this place makes me feel like a Texan. Like, I'm not from here, but I love living in San Antonio. And places like this, like especially this place actually, it's like the epitome of what it's like to be a Texan. And you do the rodeo, it's 9 months, right, out of the year. It ends actually at the end of this month in November.
Right.
And then what happens during the off season when you're not doing the rodeo?
We fix things. We have a steakhouse on site, so the steakhouse stays open. We still do a number of things. We give close to 100 horseback riding lessons a week.
Oh, wow.
So this place is just happening all the time, but we give the rodeo a break through the winter. It gets cold. We give it a little break through the winter, and we come back strong in March. So it's March through November of every year, and 16 years been doing it.
So thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to kind of looking around everywhere and just showing me the ropes.
There you go. Let's do it.
I'm even going to attempt to hop on the fake bull.
I don't know how fake it is. You try it.
Hi, and welcome to Financing the American Dream in San Diego. I'm your host, Jason Wood, and what do you think of when you think of San Diego? The sun, the surf, and the beach. Today, we're meeting with one of San Diego's top real estate agents, Tim Fueling from Compass Realty, and we're also going to go down to a local surf shop and check out some of the local stuff. So Tim, thanks for meeting me today, man. Great to see you, brother.
Yeah, great to see you as well.
So you grew up in San Diego.
I did.
You grew up surfing all up and down all these beaches, and one of the top real estate agents in the area. So what is the advantage of having someone who's a local expert, born and raised in this area? What kind of value does that add for people?
Sure. I think more than anything, it's understanding what the local microclimate is as far as real estate goes. And so a good experienced real estate agent can let you know that, you know, even just this one little, you know, microcosm of an area here by Moonlight Beach is very different than east of El Camino Real in Encinitas still, just 2 miles down the road.
Sure.
I mean, that's just a basic thing.
What can people do if they're either looking to buy or sell a home to help them kind of qualify a real estate agent, to make sure they're finding like the best person for them?
That's a great question. To me, if you're a homeowner right now and you're thinking about selling your home, I think it's significant that, number one, you interview multiple agents. Okay. Number two, I think you do an online search and really check to see everything you can as far as reputation, rapport. If Jason wants me to sell his home, I'm going to impress the heck out of Jason by doing a stand-up job for him so that he refers me people for the rest of his life and he never buys or sells a home without me.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
So speaking of being a local expert, you're going to take us to a place that you know really well here in Encinitas.
Oh, absolutely. So there's a family, the Bain family, and the Bain family has been around this area forever, North County, San Diego, but more specifically Encinitas when it comes to business. And the Bain family is a pioneer in the fin development industry and channels. They have a shop up off Westlake in Encinitas here, and pretty much anybody from not just around here, but Hawaii, Japan, China, all over the place know who they are. I think we should head up there and take a look at what they're doing.
Let's go see them.
All right.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Thanks
Good to see you,
having us,
Jason.
Todd.
Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. So give you guys a little tour, start out here in the front. A little bit of history first. We've been up here since about 1967.
Wow.
So long time. We'll head into our laminating room. So our laminating room is where we basically create the sheets to make our product. So this is our production area. One of our foilers. He's probably one of the better foilers in the world. So this is our spray room. This is where we can spray up to 300 fins at a time. So this morning they've all been offloaded. This afternoon they'll be uploaded and we'll be able to spray 300 fins today to get them out the door.
What kind of demand is there for like your kind of fins? Is it like competitors and like pro surfers using your fins and stuff like that?
So over the years, we've made fins for just about everybody in the surf industry. We started making removable fins back in the mid-60s. They were basically molded fins at the time. That's how they started. So they were glassed on, these big, we call them D fins, and then from there they were shaped down to make kind of the modern style fins. So then we started making molds out of that stuff. And then we went to fiberglass, which is how we currently make them now, and that's kind of been the mainstay for the last close to 50 years now. Just about everybody in the industry has come to us at one point or another over the last 50 years and had us make them fins. Australia, Japan, Europe.
That's cool. Well, thanks for showing us around, Todd. This is awesome.
No problem. I appreciate you guys coming by.
Cool to see a little bit of Encinitas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've been here a long time, and we plan on being here a lot longer. So
awesome.
Well,
Cool.
cool.
Thanks, man.
Hi, I'm Jackie Dykus, and welcome to our brewery, Field Brewing in Westfield, Indiana. I'm here with John, and we'd like to share with you a little bit today about our brewery.
You guys have been here since 2018. What prompted, to open a brewery?
Well, my husband and I are the owners. Probably about 10 or 12 years ago, we spent some time with his training living in Seattle. It just opened us up to a whole new beer and food scene in Seattle where it felt like everything was fresh, and we wanted to bring a lot of those elements back here to Indiana and see if we could create that kind of atmosphere here.
Absolutely. Well, looking around, I would say you guys definitely succeeded. The restaurant's beautiful.
I embrace more of the food side. I have a background in nutrition, so a lot of what we do is providing good, clean ingredients on the plate. Whether someone knows it or not, our food is mindfully made and intentional.
What is it that you guys actually grow here on site? And I'm assuming you probably use those ingredients.
Yeah, we certainly do. Yeah, it varies from year to year. This year we had everything from corn, greens, tomatoes, fresh herbs. We know we can't grow it all on our own, so we bring in fresh produce and ingredients from local farmers and other great purveyors.
Oh, that's fantastic. And then what is kind of the one dish that you would say, this is the one that you have to try?
Oh man, if I had to say one, I'd probably say right now my favorite is our fall pasta salad.
Your husband is the beer guru of this place?
Yeah, he's the beer guru.
Awesome. Well, we'll get him on here next and learn more about your guys' beer.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Greg Dykus. I'm co-owner of Field Brewing here in Westfield, Indiana. Who doesn't love a good beer, right? What got you into the brewing side of it? I started home brewing, 10, 12 years ago. I'm a science guy, so the chemistry behind it was very intriguing to me.
how many different beers do you guys brew here on a regular basis?
Yeah, so we have probably 10 beers always on tap. We've got some mainstays, 4 or 5 mainstays, and then everything else is a rotating kind of seasonal beer.
Okay.
But we take pride in offering a wide variety of beers for a wide variety of tastes.
From a creative standpoint, how do you come up with the different flavor profiles? Or
we have a professional brewer,
Okay.
so Ryan Umbach is our professional brewer, our head brewer, and does a fantastic job.
Well, thank you for allowing us to come by and check out the restaurant and the brewery. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming.
And now we're going to head down to Broad Ripple to Corner Bazaar. We're going to meet Drew Keller, a realtor with Compass Realty, and learn a little bit more about him and his business.
Hello, this is Drew Keller with Team Keller at Compass Real Estate here in Indianapolis. And today we are at the Corner Bazaar, which is one of my favorite stores of all of Indianapolis. And I'm here with my friend and the owner of the Corner Bazaar, Cheryl. Cheryl, how you doing?
Hi, good. Thanks for having me.
Good. Tell us about the store.
Sure, yeah. I opened about a year ago, August of 2020, because I decided it was a great time to start a non-essential business.
You know, we come in here all the time. What do you guys focus on in the shop?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking for nostalgia. You know, people want things that remind them of their upbringing, that their grandma had. Things that are harder to find now. It's the simple pleasures in life. And we're trying to provide people with an experience that just brings them joy.
We have, you know, several items that we've purchased from you in our home. And what I tell people is it's sweet. If you can find a staple piece for your house.
Sure, and that's exactly what we're trying to do is like provide one-of-a-kind pieces that are better quality, have better resale.
And nobody else is gonna have it.
Yeah.
No one. Well, I just so happened to have brought my credit card, so when we're done with this here, we will we'll talk about that. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of The American Dream. Today, we got to tour 2 of my favorite spots, Field Brewing in Westfield and the Corner Bazaar in Broad Ripple. Be sure to tune in next time. You never know where we're gonna be in the great city of Indianapolis.
Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Financing the American Dream. Yes, you guessed it, I have a much larger than normal smile than normally when we do these episodes. However, it's because it's my favorite time of year, the Christmas holiday season, and we're here at Pink Realty in Colorado Springs. We're going to be interviewing Michael Boehm, top-notch realtor, military brat, as we would say, grew up in the military and services our veterans here in Colorado Springs. So you're definitely gonna wanna tune in for this. Let's go meet Michael right now. Michael, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
As we were discussing earlier, you know, you've got a varied past, you know, grew up as what we call a military brat in a military family. Always ask all my interviewees, where do you come from?
Ironically, I was born here in Colorado Springs on Fort Carson. I was the first baby born at their current hospital, so military brat, so to speak, my whole life, and kind of took me all around the world.
How did you get back to Colorado Springs, and what made you decide to get into real estate?
Everything kind of always continued to pull me back. Traveled around and tried other things, other careers, and real estate just happened to be something that other family was involved in, which brought me into it.
Okay, and then let's talk about that. You know, here in the Colorado Springs market, one of the hottest markets in the country, right? If you're listing a home,
no problem.
No worries, beef curries, as we would say, right?
Yeah.
But if you're trying to buy a home, what is the actual strategy that you employ to help your buyers to make them, one, competitive and actually win the deal?
If you fall in love with something, you don't really want to sleep over, you know, a weekend or a week to try to move on it. I like to let them be informed on the market data, what homes are selling for in a certain neighborhood, how many offers may be already be on the home.
Where do you think we're going? You know, nobody has a crystal ball, but you know, with rates, you know, with what's just going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
How is that going to affect?
There's tons of growth, and I don't see that stopping. And we're still desirable because of the outdoor living, the family lifestyle that you get in a bigger city. We have an easy commute to a lot of other cities and an international airport right near us.
Dude, awesome. I can't wait to go see this park with you and have you share a little bit of insight why it's special to you and why it's special to the folks here in the Colorado Springs area. I just want to say, thank you so much, man.
Thanks, man.
We're back here at Memorial Park here in Colorado Springs, and we have a new guest with us as well. His name is Cliff Cage. I know, great name, right? I know when I grew up as a kid, I would love to have had a name like that, but he's basically a radio personality with Magic FM and director of promotions with the Colorado Spring Vibes. Cliff, that's right. Welcome, man.
Welcome.
American Dream.
So much,
dude.
Yeah.
So Memorial Park, guys. Like we always talk about with the show, it's a lifestyle community show as well as real estate. But tell me about why Memorial Park? What do you think brings people here?
To me, it's the center of the city. You're close to downtown. Cookouts. We got Labor Day liftoff. So there's a lot of events, and the community comes together at the park.
And we look forward to, like you said, the Labor Day liftoff, 4th of July parties. I know used to be so crazy out here. So, I think it's just kind of like that atmosphere that just brings people out here. I mean, skate park, I played football out here. I played basketball out here. So it's just kind of like that. Everybody knows that one central spot, I think, where, we can all be a community together and come out here and have fun at this gorgeous park.
Michael, Cliff, thank you so much for joining us today. Folks, thank you again for watching another episode of American Dream TV. And if you're in the market or thinking about moving to the Colorado Springs area, Michael Boehm with Pink Realty, he is definitely your man to help out. And of course, if you want to go see a really awesome baseball game, Cliff is your guy. Other than that, make it a great day, and we'll see you on our next episode.
Hey, it's Mike Wazorek with another episode of Financing the American Dream, and today we're highlighting the #2 rooftop experience in the nation in our home city of Chicago. We're at the London House, and we have quite the experience for you today. Come on, guys, let's go. All right, we're here with Homero Villarreal from the London House, and Homero's going to tell us a lot about what makes the London House so special. The little things, right? The little things have brought them to the #1 hotel in the city of Chicago by TripAdvisor, and #2 rooftop in the entire country. So I want you to walk us through, tell us a little bit about the details. Tell us how you got to those tops of the list in the city of Chicago.
So it's a great question, and for me, it's all about the small touches. And one of our hotel mantras is exceeding guest expectations through these personal and very personal and genuine interactions. And it's the small touches that really make an impact on the guests' visit to the hotel. Yeah. The rooftop, it speaks volumes by itself, and it's a very breathtaking, picturesque. So we wanted to try to reinvent it and see how we can make our guests have a more impactful experience. What we ended up doing is launch the Rudolph's Rooftop iteration of the rooftop. And what we did is we decided to do a Christmas themed pop-up. We try to carry that same mantra, having that aesthetically pleasing experience while having that wow factor. And we really have transcended that into our fare, both food and beverage wise. And we've launched hot cocktails on the roof where you can come and enjoy, build your own hot chocolate bar, as well as spiked hot chocolates, hot apple cider, as well as spiced mulled wine. And that kind of goes in conjunction with our high tea service that we have on our second floor lobby bar. So we've taken that approach, and it's more fun and whimsical, and again, it gives you that wow factor. And we change it up seasonally, and we do have some of our cocktails that are tea inspired. So we've taken kind of that riff and made that to guests that aren't experiencing tea, but still want to have that that elevated touch.
It's fantastic. Again, everything's thought about here, and just like Clark's mother said, it's beautiful, Homero. It's beautiful. All right, we're here with Sam Kahn. He is one of the leaders in the real estate industry here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the market, some about the luxury market, but the Chicago market as a whole. Sam, can you tell us first and foremost what makes you one of the best in the city, and then tell us about the market?
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for having me today. I will say I feel what makes me the best is always being available for my clients and authenticity. So like your clients obviously want to hear about you, but most importantly, I want to hear more about my clients, what they're looking for, and kind of create a perfect transaction for them.
Right, so we have a new development we're going to share with you. Not a new development, but 90% sold roughly, right?
Yeah,
so
90% sold.
Very, very well sought after. New experience in Lincoln Park, one of the the most famous neighborhoods of Chicago. Why don't you tell us about this exciting project? What's the name of it again?
Yeah, so we're working on a project called Norweta.
Yeah.
32-unit condo building.
Okay.
It's for the Northwest Terracotta Company. Was on the land. It was a manufacturer. My client took over the land. They're developers out of Boston. Very high-end product that competes with the single-family homes in the market.
Okay.
So it's kind of like an urban oasis, I like to say, in the neighborhood of Lincoln Park.
What makes it an oasis? What amenities are there?
A hammock farm, as the developer likes to call it, so a green outdoor area where you can come lie in a hammock and read if you want to, or you can sit outside along the fire pit in between the two condo buildings.
Cultivating thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to the outdoor pool, the fitness center that's on site, and it's more boutique style, so kind of lives like a community feel, but also in the Lincoln Park neighborhood.
Love that. Hey, Chicago, you have options, you have luxury, you have accommodations. You got Sam Kahn over here with a hammock farm. We got it all. Guys, check out Sam Kahn, City of Chicago. We'll show you around.
Great, thanks for having me today.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Financing the American Dream as much as we enjoyed producing it for you. Great content, real stories about our neighborhoods. Don't forget you can follow us on social at The American Dream TV. Until next time, cheers to your American Dream.